I've been needing to install my house number for a while. And before I can do that, I'm going to have to cut down some of this tall weeds and things. So I have about an hour before I have to leave for work. It's hot and muggy already at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's in the 70s, but super, super muggy. Still, you're going to see me wearing the long logging truck. You're going to see me wearing the long sleeve shirt because it's really buggy out here, and I just don't want to get bit. So let's go ahead and see what we can't do about getting the brush cutter running and knock some of this down so I can install my house number. I honestly don't know what to do. No matter where I go, I'm hitting rock. This house number has to get installed so people can find me. Okay, I have two options at this point. Either I can come down with a pickaxe and dig a hole, or I can brush cut over there, make my way to that tree, clear up around that tree, and screw the darn thing to the tree. I don't think I should screw it to the tree because technically that's not my tree. I am actually in the easement. My property doesn't start for just a little ways back. But the sign has to go in the easement. It's can't go back on my property because my property doesn't touch the edge of the highway. So that is another job for another day. I am more inclined to come back with a pickaxe and dig a hole and then fill it back in. So let's see what we can get up to tomorrow. A couple days ago, I tried to install my house number here at the end of my driveway. I am actually in the easement, so I don't want to put the number like on a tree because they're not really my trees. So I'm going to try again to dig a hole. This time I've brought a pickaxe. I'm gonna weed eat a little bit more so I can get back a little farther from the driveway and see if we can't get this hole dug to get the sign 2 feet into the ground. That hard hat is hot. Well, we got a little bit of that cut down so that maybe now people will actually be able to see my house number from the street once I actually get it installed. I noticed yesterday driving up the highway that I couldn't actually see any part of the entrance to my driveway. So how could somebody see the house number even if it was installed? So got a little bit of that cut down, and now I'm going to go ahead and try to install my house number over here.
If this content encourages or entertains you in any way, please consider buying me a coffee. The URL is on your screen and a link is in the description. Thank you so much.
We're just going to use this for our straight edge. How's that? It won't be perfect, but it'll be close. And so I basically want a mark. It says in the valleys. So one there and one there and one there. It says use more screws if you've got a lot of wind, and we can get some pretty whippy wind, especially in the winter time. There you go. Now, all the guys on the YouTube recommend either pre-drilling or using a punch and just knocking a dent or a divot in, so that when you get up there, you're not trying to measure. These are all even. And it says make sure that you're putting it in the valley. See if that went all the way through. I don't know if it went all the way through. There we go. Well, that's home for now. Got the trailer covered by a tarp because it leaks. I have the doghouse surrounded by screen because we have mosquitoes. And I have a foundation. But it's a start. And by the way, I also have an outhouse. And I'm currently overcoming my fear of falling and sitting on the roof. Don't believe me? Here I am on the roof of the outhouse.
I'm sailing! I'm sailing! I'm sailing! I'm sailing!
That was harrowing. It was terrifying. My heart was pounding the whole time I was up there. Right up until the point where I sat up and just looked out. As long as I wasn't moving, I was fine. I'm glad I did it. Definitely. Well, there's that piece. There's that piece. But then it gets caught on these ribs in the middle. Oh, those ribs are rubber. They're meant to bend. Oh, that helps. It's almost on. Persistence pays, y'all. Persistence pays. Jesus once told a parable of an unjust judge and a woman who kept going to him over and over and over again for justice. And finally he said, I'm just going to give her justice, otherwise she's going to wear me out. Well, persistence. I wore it out. I have here the connector for my downspout, and it'll go on the end, but the problem is the end cap will not go on the end. So what I'm going to have to do is cut off a section, put the downspout in, and then put the section back on, and then put the end cap on. I did. Oop. Nice. Just a second. It's going to be rubber. It'll move. It's just important enough. I'm like, I'm going to take it. It's supposed to rain. That's not even supposed to rain on Wednesday. It's supposed to rain on Thursday. Almost here. All right, and now the end cap. This part goes on the inside, and that's going to be really hard to show you, but there is this plastic washer, and it goes like that, and it screws to the inside. These threads, they're plastic, so you have to be careful, but they will fit a water hose, so you can connect a garden hose to that and then run it down to the garden or down to the dog kennel, things like that. This is for the first flush diverter. It's a little bit bigger than I actually wanted. It's 32 gallons, and the calculations that I did said I wanted 25 gallons. But I shouldn't lose too much water, especially since I can use it for the dogs and the garden. I am going to have to strap it down. I have a couple of ratchet straps that I can use for now until I figure out something else. But now I've got it in place so I can figure out my downspout and the pipe going over to it. This end is too flat. If it goes all the way to the bottom of the trash can, it'll stop water. So I'm going to go put a notch in it. This notch will allow the water to flow out of the pipe, even if the pipe is touching the bottom of the trash can. I almost don't need any downspout at all. Something that I didn't do is put a screen in here to screen out or filter out any debris or mosquitoes. So I want to put in a screen right under here. Just like that. Push it in. Just like that. Now I will screw this in here and here and here so that it won't come apart. I lost some footage, but here it is all put together. You'll see that I moved the outlet down further onto the barrel because even 1 inch of rain wouldn't fill up that barrel. So I've moved it down and it can now go into the tote. And I've plugged up that hole with the cover from the tote. We're going to go ahead and leave that hole there because eventually we'll be adding another building, another roof that will be feeding water into that barrel. As always, God bless, have a great week, and remember, it doesn't matter how old you are, it's never too late to start.